Good morning, the chosen few. I'm making this video because I wanted to thank you all for reaching back to me whenever I posted something where I mentioned that I was calling the Crisis Hotline, which is a free service here in Canada. I think they have similar services in the United States. If you're wondering what that picture is, my friend, who is a skillful artist, drew that for me. I love that picture. Yeah, he's a fundamentalist Christian, and yet that was the most evocative picture that I've ever seen without being nude. But in a serious note, I, uh, I'm deeply thankful for the notes and the support that you guys have sent to me. It makes a huge difference. Just little tiny bite-sized bits of gratitude and thankfulness. I should say, I don't know. I guess, kind of love and support is what you've given me, and I'm really thankful for that. That's what I meant to say. I'm just speaking off the cuff here, so I'm not going to edit this video in any way. I wanted to get a lot of stuff off my chest, and this is one of the most expedient ways to do it. I did respond to almost everybody in that thread that I made, but I wanted you to hear my voice and let you know that I was really, really happy to see all that in the morning whenever I checked my messages. Yeah, depression is an interesting thing for me. I've got a lot of really good feedback, but I felt like it would be remiss if I didn't mention some things that I've been doing for myself over the past several years. I was diagnosed with depression several years ago. I used to take meds, Paxil. I took not a huge dose of Paxil to even out my mood. It was helpful. It got me out of a really dark place, and I felt what normal felt like for the first time in a while. And it was good. I was in a good place, but there was a dark side to it. I gained almost 50 pounds, and once the meds did not work inside my extremely larger body, I realized that the only way to continue the good feeling from a medication would be to take more of it. And that's not something I wanted to do. So instead, I did the opposite and I quit cold turkey. And it was really tough. That was back in 2016. And in 2016, since now, I lost all the weight and then some. I've been focused on health, happiness, productivity, professionalism, my business, my family, my friends, everything that you can consider to be positive in this world is something that I was focusing on, or maybe not even focusing, maybe just establishing better habits. But what ended up happening was that I still noticed I still hit my depression cycles just like anybody else. So last year was really tough. That cycle lasted several months. I call them cycles. I don't know what a depression cycle is. It's just something that I coined for myself. All it means is that I have my ups and my downs. So if you want to call that a cycle or an ebb and flow, whatever you want to call it. But on the downswing, that lasted several months in 2018. I lost a lot of money. I didn't make that much. It was a crappy year. I think you probably noticed that I generally try to be positive and happy on the forum, but last year sucked. It really did. This year is awesome. I'm making a lot of money, a lot of work, very organized. I'm tapped into professionals and advice columns, subscribed to all kinds of really helpful tools and resources to get me through hard times. I actually set my entire life up so that I'd be prepared for the fall. And what that means is that I set things up so that when I did fall, it would I would have systems in place to help catch me. I guess the best example would be like, I don't know, email. I get tons of email, like shit tons of email, because people want work. But I didn't always answer them effectively, or I'd ignore them. But now I have a system where I can answer them extremely quickly, say yes or no, put them into a task management system, and get to work. Put them on my calendar. And then 2 or 3 weeks ago, the cycle hit. It hit me hard, and it got to the point where I could barely even get out of bed. So how do you get through something whenever you can barely get out of bed? I don't know. I think you start by probably getting up a little bit earlier than normal. I've been getting up at 3:30 in the morning almost every day for several months, and then when I sleep in, I get up at 5:30 or 6:30 instead of like waking up at 7 and then waking up at maybe 10 o'clock. Now, I know this seems extreme, but I want you to remember I'm a construction worker. Getting up at 10 o'clock whenever you have depression or not is completely unacceptable. You will lose all your jobs. 10 o'clock is too late. Most of the work that you would have normally got done is not done, and it gets delayed. So that hasn't been an issue this year, thankfully, because I get up early. So these are the kind of things that I'm doing to help myself continue to work. But it still hurts. Everything hurts. It's just a place that I'm in, and I'm generally feeling much better now. It's been about 3 weeks in, I guess, since it hit, and I feel like I'm on an upswing, which is a record for me. I think I remember these feelings lasting for months, and I don't know how depression exactly works, but there are people who can have it last for not just months, but maybe perpetually. And it's quite the opposite, where they feel moments of happiness and then points of mostly depression. But for me, I'm mostly in a good place, and I get hit with these darker times. So, yeah, I'm getting help. I have a huge support system. You guys are all part of that. One of my goals for this year is to be more open about who I am and what I'm going through, talking about it. I felt like this was going to be one of the most expedient ways of letting you guys know how I am right now and how I feel. Right now I feel a little tired. I have to start my job in about 20 minutes. I'm ready. I'll finish it. I'll finish it today, one day before the deadline. But I did show up. I did do the job. And yeah, right now I'm on an upswing. What can I say? I still feel tired. This helps. Got my Popeyes cup of coffee. That's a lot of coffee, but it's decaf. Don't worry. There's still caffeine in it, just not much. Yeah. Anyway, I've never made a vlog post like this, but I would never post this publicly. It's going to go to you guys. It's a thank you. And if you knew me in my real life, I could talk to you for hours, because I love to talk, but there's nobody to talk back to right now. It's my girlfriend's at work. She's working very hard. She's a huge support in all this, like just amazing support. Always encouraging me, always positive. She always has the right things to say to me. But it just goes to show you, I mean, you can have everything good in your life. You can feel like you have your health, your happiness. You can have material possessions. I don't have a lot of those things, but I'm much healthier than I was last year, that's for sure. But it still hits you. Anyway, like I said, I could talk forever, but this is mostly just a thank you. So, thank you, and have a great day. And yeah, reach out to me, and thank you all for sending me your private phone numbers. I'll promise never to call you unless I'm in the area. Take care. Bye.